Hello friends, wish you all a very happy new year. I hope 2023 brings in all success, happiness and all that you wish for. I also believe you had a very good holiday break and stepped into the new year with revived energy. I also took a little break and spent most of the time reading. You can check out my website to know more about the books I read. So, moving on to what I did on the new year, it was pretty normal day except that we baked a cake. So, let me start off showing the gifts that my son received from Santa for Christmas. So, I don't know from where he learned, but he told us that Santa gives presents for kids on Christmas. So he was also strongly believing that he is going to get few gifts from him. So okay, Santa decided to give him this cute little piggy bank and this workbook for him. So he was pretty excited to receive these gifts and he liked it, of course. So this piggy bank is made out of plastic and it is pretty strong. It has a flap at the bottom and it is pretty secure. So we have given him only $2 coins so that way he doesn't accidentally swallow them or put it into his nose or ears. This Brain Quest workbook is very educative and useful for preschoolers. We'll talk about this book in detail in another video. For now, I'm dropping the links of these two products in the description of this video. If you're interested, you may check and buy through that link. Moving on, we are going to bake a cake now. So all I'm going to do is first preheat the oven and then mix the dry ingredients separately and the wet ingredients separately, and finally mix them together and bake it. By now you would have guessed it, I am baking an apple cinnamon cake. I will show you the detailed recipe in another video, otherwise this video will turn lengthy. Oh, this is what happens in the kitchen. Accidents are supposed to happen, and we have to get our hands in the place messier when we are baking, isn't it? I'm going to bake with whatever batter was left in the tray. Okay, garnish it with some apples and then put it into the oven. That's it. It sounds simple, isn't it? Okay, so since that I have the oven up and running, I thought why don't I make some prep for baingan ka bartha. All that I do is like take this eggplant, just wash it clean and dry it thoroughly, make some slits on the eggplant, and then I'll insert the garlic cloves so that garlic, when it gets well roasted, it adds in flavor. And next is it also helps to keep the slits open so that the eggplant gets roasted well inside too. And finally we apply some oil on the eggplant and then put it on an aluminum foil in a baking tray. So you can skip the aluminum foil too, but it will turn the plate messy, so I prefer to use this aluminum foil. And finally we put it in the oven. Time that the eggplant takes to get cooked depends upon your oven, the heat, the size of the eggplant and the quantity of them. So I used a 350-degree Fahrenheit and it took me almost 30 to 35 minutes. So now out comes the cake. And in goes the baingan. While the brinjal gets cooked, we will allow the cake to cool down. So meanwhile, my son will also finish his afternoon nap. Ensure to keep turning the baingan occasionally so that it gets well cooked. After 35 minutes, this is how the brinjal looks. When it is still hot, just try to scoop out the pulp and the garlic. So mash it and allow it to cool. So this way it is easier to scoop the pulp when it is hot. Still ensure you safely do it. So once you scoop out the pulp, allow it to cool down and transfer it into an airtight container, and you can store it in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 days. I would prefer to use it the next day or the day after max. Now the cake has also cooled down and it's time to cut and enjoy it. I hope you guys like this video. Stay connected and I'll see you soon in another video. Thank you.